We have missed the forest through the trees with Jeffrey Epstein. They want us to focus on the pedo shit, which is only this smaller chunk of a much larger international criminal organization that Jeffrey Epstein was a part of. Redacted just dropped an interview with Mel K. I had to listen to it 3 times. This Mel K, investigative journalist, has gone so far down the Jeffrey Epstein rabbit hole that the crimes and the amount of money is just mind-boggling. Because Jeffrey Epstein never had a job. And, like, check this out. Like, she lays out that Jeffrey Epstein was a member of the Council of Foreign Relations, the Trilateral Group, and the Rockefeller Institute. These are the big movers and shakers in the international money world. Jeffrey Epstein had a net wealth of just what they've uncovered of $500 million, and he never had a job. Somehow he had an office at Harvard for 20 years and was a major funder of Harvard and MIT. Jeffrey Epstein owned his own bank. JP Morgan, and this is even crazier, JP Morgan handled a shit ton of Jeffrey Epstein's money, and somewhere in there, JP Morgan paid a settlement out to the victims of Jeffrey Epstein to the tune of $365 million. Why would JP Morgan need to pay off Jeffrey Epstein's victims? Because that was just one little part of it. As this Mel K lays out, the Lolita Express and these flight logs, they are a distraction. They are not the main part of what Jeffrey Epstein was involved in. The flight logs, there's no runway on Jeffrey Epstein's island. The Lolita Express wasn't a single plane. It was a service he was offering, and he would borrow multiple people's planes. He was borrowing planes all over the place. Like billionaires borrow each other's planes and fly them around privately like they're not using them. I don't know how that works. I'm not a fucking billionaire. These people were all involved in some massive blackmail, power, money laundering. Dude, she even ties in USAID. There are USAID payments to Jeffrey Epstein. Pam Bondi lets out yesterday that they have tens of thousands of video of Jeffrey Epstein. Okay, well, and it's not just Jeff Epstein. It's going to be all these different people. But these are just, the pedo shit is just the tip of the iceberg. That is the blackmail. That is the power over these billionaires. What she lays out is Jeffrey was running guns, drugs, money, power, and human trafficking. All of it, all tied into one. Jeffrey Epstein was rubbing elbows with all the biggest people all around the world. This is a worldwide criminal organization that Jeffrey was involved in, and thus why they had to, because he didn't hang himself, And it's like, how many properties did Jeffrey Epstein own? The dude had Florida, New York, one in New Mexico, a house in Paris, a house in England, a house in the Virgin Islands. And everybody was not flying to his island. They all showed up there on yachts. They want you to focus on the flight logs because that's not how they were getting there. They all got to the island on yachts and boats and by a helicopter. So there again, that flight log thing is a distraction. Everybody's all, we want this list. That list is not going to get actually to the heart of the corruption that we all seek here. And this goes to the point of, well, why aren't we seeing something? Like, we're looking at a massive criminal RICO case here. And the pedo shit is just the tip of the iceberg that brings you to these deeper crimes. And now you've got to dig through that and hunt all that down. Like, dude, a fraud case takes a year to build. What about a fraud case with hundreds and hundreds of people on it? And how do you sort out the people that were simply in pictures with Jeffrey Epstein, but had, there's plenty of innocent people in there. I know that's hard to believe, but there are. Even Brett Weinstein has said, like, yeah, there's pictures of me with Jeff Epstein. He met Jeff Epstein, and he was like, and the dude was a total snake. He's like, he could tell. He was not a man of means. He was a creation, as Brett Weinstein. He said he was a creation, like an intel agency. He wasn't smart enough to be what he was claiming to be because he didn't know fuck all about finances. The dude was just a fucking blackmail guy. But he is the thread that ties all of it together. I think all the fraud that you're seeing Doge uncover, It's all tied together. Epstein, Doge, USAID, USIP, the World Bank, IMF, WEF, it's all in one big giant thing, and Jeffrey Epstein is what ties it all together. We're all looking for some, a lot of people are like, I want to see some arrests for this pedo shit. Like, dude, I don't think that that's the biggest part of it here. I don't think that's what will really bring down this whole house of cards. These crimes are so much deeper. You're talking the funding of terrorism, running of guns and drugs, and Mel K says Epstein was involved all the way back to Iran-Contra. And Iran-Contra was really the first time the CIA's gun running went public. They were selling guns to Iran to then use that money to fund rebels in Nicaragua. That's what Iran-Contra was, and they got busted. They got caught in it. And somehow nothing ever changed. They just that was the only time. No, that wasn't the only time. And they've been doing it ever fucking since for the last 50 fucking years, people. We are in a revolution. We are in an information revolution. And everybody's saying like, oh, nothing's going to happen. Well, no, because now, we're here talking about it right now. And that is what changes everything. We have to talk about all of this to educate the public so that we can all share in this outrage together and finally get some justice. And for people that are like, oh, I already fucking knew that. Well, congratulations. But guess what? Everybody needs to learn about it. It needs to be like the Jeffrey Epstein shit needs to be as common as Kim Kardashian. And everybody needs to understand that this is not just child pornography and human trafficking. No, it is much larger. Guns, drugs, all the worst shit and all the evil in the world. Jeffrey Epstein is that tie, and how we unravel it all the way back to government corruption, blackmail, money laundering, guns, drugs, all of it. All the worst shit in the world. That is what Jeffrey Epstein represents, and he is our one best chance at tying it all together and pulling it all apart. Educate yourselves. Go watch that shit on Redacted. I had to watch it 3 times, and I didn't even get it all. There's so much shit there, like holy fuck. But there is a much larger forest through the trees of pedos. Good luck to you all. Welcome to the revolution, and long live this beautiful republic.